Have you ever sat in front of the screen, mesmerized by the stunning blonde hair of Hollywood screen queens from the 70s to the 90s, from Farrah Fawcett's cloud-like waves to Sharon Stone's sharp platinum pixie? These were the legendary blondes of Hollywood shimmering hairstyles that once left the entire film world in awe. But today, some wear their silver hair with pride, others have chopped it short beyond recognition, and a few still carry the exact same style as if they never left the screen. Let's take a look at how time has touched these iconic blonde hairstyles and see which timeless beauty you'll never forget. Kim Basinger, set against the jazz backdrop of L.A. Confidential. Kim emerged like a melancholic dream. Her deep, soulful eyes and platinum blonde velvet hair framed her face in a way that made time stand still. Now 71, she lives a quiet life, spending her days painting and meditating. Her once iconic hair remains long and bright, often loosely tied behind her neck as if the memories haven't quite faded. Goldie Hawn. Bathed in the vibrant glow of Private Benjamin, Goldie appeared like a living ray of sunshine. Her innocent smile and cloud-like blonde hair captivated every movement, leaving audiences spellbound. At 79, Goldie maintains her figure with daily yoga and meditation, and that golden hair still shines, still soft, as if untouched by time. Jane Fonda. Clute didn't just create an iconic character, it immortalized Jane's ash-blonde bob sharp, edgy, yet shimmering like silk under the city lights. Now 87, she sports a stylish silver cut and practices Pilates every day. Susan Sarandon. As the car in Thelma and Louise soared off the cliff, nothing was more striking than Susan's honey blonde hair flying freely in the wind, wild, proud, and untamed. Now 78, she embraces her natural brown tones, but sometimes dyes it blonde, a playful wink to the past. Sally Field. In Norma Ray, as she stood on a table holding up a strike sign, her soft, wavy blonde hair seemed to echo the fierce yet gentle spirit of the character. Now 78, she keeps her hair short and silver, living simply and away from Hollywood's spotlight. Jessica Lange. That moment in King Kong, when Jessica is held in the giant's arms with her platinum blonde hair blowing in the wind, became a symbol of fragile, radiant beauty amidst chaos. At 76, Jessica still exudes elegance with a neatly cut, silver blonde hairstyle. Few know she lives a reclusive life, painting and reading old scripts to keep her heart young. Sybil Shepherd. From taxi driver to moonlighting, she brought the classic American beauty to life. Her pale, softly voluminous blonde hair always picture perfect, like a fresh salon visit from the 70s. Now 74, Sybil often appears with silver blonde hair and minimal makeup, still radiating the aura of a former TV queen. Deanne Cannon. Whether on the red carpet or in Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, Deanne's lightly curled golden hair and radiant smile made Hollywood bow to her modern yet irresistible charm. At 87, she still has those sharp eyes and a soft, voluminous blonde look, a subtle defiance against time itself. Cheryl Ladd. One of Charlie's angels, Cheryl melted hearts with her long, silky golden hair, pure 1970s California charm. At 73, she still shines gently with soft, pale blonde waves. Few know she's also an author and a strong advocate for natural healing. Lonnie Anderson. In WKRP in Cincinnati, Lonnie dazzled with her voluminous blonde hair that seemed crafted for the screen, paired with a face almost too perfect to be real. Now 78, she still carries that glamour. Her bright blonde hair is perfectly styled, and her serene smile stirs nostalgic hearts. Farrah Fawcett. No one could ever forget Farrah's legendary poster, that sunlit smile, and the iconic Farrah hair with its voluminous curls, blazing like a flame through the entire 70s. She passed away at 62 after a brave battle with cancer, but that hairstyle remains one of the most copied looks of the decade. Heather Locklear. As the cunning Amanda on Melrose Place, Heather was both sharp and irresistibly alluring, her champagne blonde hair always perfectly styled in soft waves, radiating both power and seduction. Now 63, she still has that charm and often wears her hair down naturally. She's been open about her struggles with anxiety and now leads a peaceful life with family, away from the spotlight. Tatum O'Neal. At just 10, Tatum won an Oscar for Paper Moon with a simple, tomboyish short blonde cut that lit up the screen. As she grew older, she kept her natural blonde hair, sometimes wearing it in soft waves. Now 60, she rarely appears in public, currently recovering from a mild stroke. Writing, she says, has become her therapy. Melanie Griffith. In Working Girl, Melanie lit up the screen with big brown eyes and voluminous smoky blonde hair, a modern American beauty with ambition. Her hair was once dubbed the soft weapon. Now 67, she keeps her short, light blonde hair styled neatly and is often seen wearing a baseball cap. She lives quietly but remains active in feminist and health causes. Shelley Long. A familiar face from the sitcom Cheers, Shelley portrayed the witty, intelligent woman with feathered blonde layers that glowed like a soft halo around her face. Now 75, Shelley lives a reclusive life, stays off social media, and still wears her classic hairstyle, a nostalgic echo of her golden TV days. Bo Derek. Bo didn't need dialogue to become iconic, just the scene of her running on the beach in 10, with tiny braided blonde locks flowing in the wind like a tropical dream, shattered every classic blonde stereotype. Now 68, Bo wears her hair short and bright, living near the ocean and dedicating her time to animal protection causes. Linda Evans. As Crystal Carrington in Dynasty, Linda embodied luxurious power with her soft, buttery blonde waves like a crown for the queen of prime time. Now 82, she lives surrounded by nature and practices meditation. Her shoulder-length hair now shimmers with silver but is always immaculately cared for. Marielle Hemingway. In Manhattan, Marielle entered the frame with serene beauty, soulful eyes, and smooth blonde hair like silk, innocent yet mature. Now 63, she's a mental health advocate who practices yoga outdoors. Her hair remains blonde, but it's now short and strong, much like the spirit she shares with the world. Morgan Fairchild. She stepped out of the TV screen like a true wealthy diva, calculating eyes, bold red lips, and perfectly blown-out platinum blonde hair that defined the 80s. Now 74, she still wears her signature blonde hair and often sports wide-brimmed hats in public. Few know she's a passionate environmental activist who regularly speaks at public forums. Connie Stevens. On stage and screen in the 60s and 70s, Connie was the sweet voice with the cotton candy blonde curls softly puffed, neatly parted or gently braided, like a classic Barbie dream. Now 86, she still wears shoulder-length hair with white gold hues and remains a regular at events honoring TV legends. Donna Mills. Making a strong impression in Knots Landing, Donna embodied the 1980s woman cool, commanding eyes, porcelain skin, and platinum blonde hair, always perfectly styled. Now 83, Donna is still acting and still wearing her signature blonde hair. Few people know she adopted a child at age 54 and has said, "Being a mom is the biggest role of my life." Barbara Eden. In her pink genie costume on I Dream of Jeannie, Barbara instantly won hearts, especially with her bright platinum blonde hair, tied up in a bun and ribboned like a mythical dream. Now, 92, Barbara still attends fan community events. Her hair, now silvery white, remains in the same iconic style, as if Jeannie never truly disappeared. Suzanne Summers on Three's Company. She was the ultimate blonde comedy icon, bubbly, sexy, and full of life, with long, golden hair parted down the middle like a summer stream. Often dubbed the California Doll, her hair was always silky and perfectly styled. Suzanne passed away in 2023 at the age of 76 after a long battle with cancer. Lee Remick. In Days of Wine and Roses, Lee appeared as a delicate yet sharp beauty, dreamy eyes and soft ash blonde hair brushed neatly or adorned with flowers, like morning mist. She passed away at just 55, leaving behind an unforgettable impression as the melancholy blonde muse of American cinema. Daryl Hannah Splash made the world believe in mermaids, thanks in part to Daryl's golden hair, shimmering like sunlight underwater long, glowing and flowing with every swim. Now 64, she still wears her long, sunlit hair and lives close to nature. She's a passionate environmental activist whose dreamy beauty never left the sea. Olivia Newton, John Grease didn't just launch Olivia to stardom, it made her soft. Honey blonde curls, a symbol of youth for an entire generation. She passed away in 2022 at 73 after a long fight with cancer. But every time You're the One That I Want plays, that hair comes alive again in our sweetest memories. Michelle Pfeiffer. In Scarface and the Fabulous Baker Boys, Michelle brought a cool, captivating presence, her straight platinum blonde hair sleek and sharp like metal. Now 66, she remains elegant with a softly styled ash blonde bob. She maintains her glow through a clean lifestyle and refuses to race against aging. Rebecca De Mornay. In Risky Business, Rebecca became Hollywood's new symbol of seduction, calm expression, piercing brown eyes, and golden hair like sunlight slipping through blinds. Now 65, she rarely appears in public, but in her rare sightings, she still keeps her long blonde hair and the signature cool gaze that once left Tom Cruise spellbound. Sharon Stone, one crossed leg, in Basic Instinct, was all it took for Sharon to become iconic, and that edgy pixie-cut blonde hair became a style revolution. Now, 66, she still wears her short, bright hair, always radiating the confidence of a woman who truly knows herself. Few realize she survived a stroke and is now a dedicated philanthropist. Kathleen Turner. In Romancing the Stone and Body Heat, Kathleen captivated not just with her smoky voice, but with her thick, curly blonde hair, a soft whirlwind of allure. Now 70, she lives simply, often wearing her hair short and natural. She shares that yoga and playwriting help her manage arthritis and keep her artistic flame alive. Meg Ryan. Just one glance at those soft, noodle-like curls in When Harry Met Sally and You, instantly think of Meg, the queen of 90s rom-coms. Her hair had a fairy tale blonde quality, tousled, gentle, and effortlessly charming. Now 63, Meg lives a quiet life, often wearing a short, light blonde cut, having stepped behind the camera as a director. Shelley Duvall. In The Shining, Shelley appeared fragile and haunting, and while she didn't follow the classic blonde archetype, her early roles were tied to her messy, pale blonde hair that felt almost poetic. Now 75, Shelley lives quietly in Texas, rarely appearing in public, yet fans still call her the woman with hair from artistic nightmares. Téa Leoni. With bright eyes and a wide smile in her late 80s roles, Téa stood out with her energetic, tomboy blonde look, short, bright, and styled in the just woke up and ready to run the world way. Now, 58, Téa has kept that same low-maintenance style, short, sunny hair, and undeniable presence, especially in her role as president and Madam Secretary. Kim Novak. Vertigo etched Kim into cinema history with dreamlike eyes and golden, sculpted curls that shimmered under Hitchcock's lighting, like she had stepped out of a surreal painting. Now 91, Kim lives in Oregon, painting abstracts and meditating daily. Her long silver hair, now gently braided, carries traces of golden memories from long ago. Debbie Reynolds. In Singin' in the Rain, Debbie danced with sparkling eyes, a crystal-clear voice, and neatly pinned-up blonde hair, like a true Broadway angel. She passed away in 2016, just one day after her daughter, Carrie Fisher. Jodie Foster. Though later known for her brunette look, at age 13 in Taxi Driver, Jodie made a lasting impression with her golden, cropped hair, playful yet haunting. Her hair felt like city sunshine, gritty, youthful, yet fiercely radiant. Now 61, Jodie sports a short, silver blonde style and remains one of the few actresses to preserve her identity across 5 decades. Bess Armstrong. In Jaws 3D and My So-Called Life, Bess brought gentle intellect with center-parted, ash-blonde hair that flowed like early summer breeze by the sea. Now 71, she lives a quiet life, keeps her short, straight, light-colored hair, and spends much of her time writing scripts and tending to her garden in Virginia. Deborah Raffin. In Touched by Love, Deborah melted hearts, especially with her honey blonde curls, soft and storybook-like, flowing with every movement. She passed away in 2012 at age 59, but every time her old films play, that glowing hair returns like the first time. Linda Blair. After The Exorcist, Linda became a horror icon, but as she matured, she surprised audiences with a soft, graceful look and smooth, long blonde hair, a far cry from the terrifying image she once portrayed. Now 65, Linda devotes herself to animal welfare and is often seen with her signature shoulder-length blonde hair. Susan Anton. Famous for commercials, talk shows, and music, Susan dazzled with her height, bright smile, and voluminous blonde waves that echoed the glamour of Las Vegas nights. Her hair was often blown out in soft, golden copper waves, a true embodiment of the classic all-American beauty queen. Now 73, Susan lives in Nevada, still performs regularly, and has kept her iconic hairstyle. Linda Gray. Her role as Sue Ellen in Dallas made Linda a global star with her piercing gaze and warm brandy-toned blonde hair. Neatly parted, she embodied the image of a powerful woman. Now 84, Linda still attends events with her grandchildren. Her hair is now silvery white, softly waved, maintaining the same elegance from her glory days. Catherine Hicks. In Child's Play and Seventh Heaven, Catherine charmed viewers with her warm smile and soft blonde hair that draped around her shoulders like velvet. Now 73, she still appears in a few independent projects. Her hair is shorter now, light in color, and well cared for. Deborah Shelton. Standing out in Dallas, Deborah carried a timeless beauty with a touch of mystery. Her thick, honey blonde hair softly framed her face like a delicate veil. Sometimes gently teased at the crown, her soft, luminous blonde style exuded effortless grace. Now 76, she lives quietly in Texas, maintains a healthy lifestyle, and still lets her hair flow naturally. Heather Thomas, an unforgettable presence in The Fall Guy. Heather appeared like a wildfire on screen, long, wavy blonde hair catching the western sun. Now 67, she keeps a low profile, choosing a peaceful life while continuing to write books and support charities for children and the environment, and she still wears that golden hair. Priscilla Presley, a timeless beauty and Elvis's iconic wife. Priscilla always carried a sense of royalty, her smooth ivory blonde hair often styled in high buns or classic waves. Now 79, she still keeps her long, light-colored hair and polished look, deeply involved in preserving Elvis's legacy as the keeper of the past. Barbara Bach, in The Spy Who Loved Me. Barbara was the mysterious blonde agent, her long, platinum hair almost hypnotic on screen. Now 77, she lives a private life with her husband, Ringo Starr of the Beatles. She still wears her long, slightly silvered hair and dedicates time to addiction recovery causes. Terry Garr, known for Tootsie and Close Encounters. Terry brought charm and wit, her ash blonde bob always neat, just like her natural, effortless personality. Now 76, she lives quietly due to multiple sclerosis, but when she appears, she still wears her signature short blonde hair and the unforgettable smile fans adore. Leslie Ann Warren. In Victor, Victoria, Leslie lit up the stage, especially with her gleaming golden hair, curled into perfect Broadway waves. Styled with high shine and warm golden tones, her hair looked gilded under the spotlight. Now 78, Leslie remains graceful and elegant. She keeps her short, bright hair and still sings at events honoring 70s legends. Britt Eklund. As a Bond girl in The Man with the Golden Gun, Britt brought Nordic beauty to the screen. Her bright blonde hair glowed like sunlit snow, evoking the image of a goddess from folklore. Now 82, Britt still attends film events regularly. She wears her short, light hair and credits yoga as her secret to staying youthful. Susan George in Straw Dogs. 1971. Susan stunned the world with her rebellious charm, especially her tousled honey blonde hair that looked effortlessly wild, like she woke up flawless. Her free-flowing golden waves gave her a fierce yet gentle presence. Now 74, Susan lives on a farm in England, caring for horses and living simply. Her hair is now silver with golden tones, often tied back in a neat bun. Each blonde hairstyle you've just seen isn't just a look, it's a memory, a moment in time, a piece of cinema history that can never be repeated. Which one left the biggest impression on you? Share your thoughts in the comments so we can reminisce together. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Our journey through classic Hollywood still has so many surprises waiting for you.